Let's talk about the rapes.
Well, there's been, gosh, like 11 or 14 of them that are documented, but there's been like 40 rapes. People, they're still happening in Eureka, they're ignoring them. The paper's lying about it, the commissioner's lying about it, and nobody will prosecute the ones that they have. You know, that the women are stopping even to come forward. They've upped the staff in Libya at the hospital to deal with rape kits. You know, it's obviously going on, but they're still letting it. This one business in Eureka does the drug to men and women, and everybody knows it, and nobody can do anything about it. The basic thing is that if they would take one of the crimes and one of the rapes and actually prosecute the people that did it, people might be happy about it, but instead they keep lying about it. The local paper's lying about everything. Right now they're lying about a local officer and just totally ruining her life. Just lying and pushing her out of town. So I'm just a whistleblower. You know, I'm just writing about giving people a voice that aren't heard. I don't have a different side. I'm not a conservative, I'm not a liberal, I'm not a Republican. I mean, to be honest with you, let's come out here. I've never even voted. I don't vote. I just blog. I'm a truth seeker. I'm telling the truth on all sides. I don't have no political motive. I don't have no sheriff I want in. I'm just seeking the truth, and I want to tell the victims' stories. I want to get heard. And now I got my own death threat, and so you know what? I want to get heard, and I don't believe it. I won't get a restraining order. I won't get any justice. I won't get heard by anybody. But I have 1,000 blogs, and I will get heard by the people who do care. And so that's my mission. This is the truth. You want to shut it off or you think the next question? Okay. It's just really sick. It's so vile and sick. I wished it was a year ago and I didn't know this stuff. I would give anything to go back in time and not know, because I just wanted to stick up for this one woman that had been raped, that I knew her as a baby. And so I wanted to stick up for her. Well, all these other rape victims come in. And now I have people anonymously chatting me. I have council members in Libby calling me. I have people sending me mail. I have people talking to me in the streets, people calling me and telling me the sickest stories I never would have wanted to know. There's been 4 suicides in the Yak, and a couple of them were a bullet to the back of the head and no gun. You know, they call them the Montana suicides. And then I get stories from Ferguson County that there's a bunch of suicides there. I'm getting stories from all over the state. People are calling me, and I didn't really want to do what I'm doing now. This isn't what I saw myself doing, but now everybody's looking at me as the voice, because nobody will listen to them. So I have all these sites, LibbyMontanaNews.com, EurekaMontanaNews.com. I'm just all over the internet, and I got all these stories, and I'm just telling the truth about what's happening to the victims. And nobody's listening to them. And this, I mean, sick. The one girl, I posted it online. She lived in a dirt floor up Trigo. Her dad raped her. Her dad killed her dog. This was like 8 years ago. Nobody ever did anything. I got people coming out of the woodwork from 20 years worth of stuff. Now I'm up against a mountain so dark, there's no way I could ever hope to help anybody. But if I don't get to the end, I'm just going to get to the end of the recall. And if the people don't want helped, I'm moving on. I'm not, this is not...
Well, don't you think they want help? They just don't know how to do it. This is why I'm doing what I'm doing.
They won't sign the recall because they're scared, literally to death. Many of them are getting death threats, they've told me. So what I posted on my blog, to be nice about it, is say, oh, the economy's going to boom in Libby, Montana because there's going to be mass grave digging. They can't kill everybody. But they're literally afraid of economic ruin and of people threatening their lives, and so they won't sign it. But they'll tell you all about it, and you see them in the streets, you see them everywhere, but nobody will stand up with us. And so then I look like I'm just lying, or, you know, but I lived in Lincoln County my whole life. The W.R. Grace thing, I could go on for days. There is no justice there. There is the state of Montana, there are no victims unless the court says you're a victim by law. So I hear all these sick, horrible stories, so what I want to do is give them a voice. And now that I got all these women and some of these men and these animals on my back, I'm not the type of person to just hide under my bed while bad things happen to other people. I'm going to come out and I'm going to fight. And if I lose my life for it, then I do. But I won't die a coward, and I'm not a fence rider. And the days that are here now, we can't. The fence is dissolving. There's no way. You have to pick a side. And
what are the sides?
Right now, you know, I just went to Rayberg's thing. I have to agree. It's this urban versus rural. You know, it's not conservative versus, because it's so funny. I'm not, anybody that knows me know I'm so not Christian. I'm so not, you know, conservative, but those are the people standing up behind me. And I would consider myself more Democrat than Republican, but audacity for change, my ass. All the Democrats are screwing up in my county. The only ones that are behind me now and standing up and willing to fight for me are the conservatives, which is shocking me because me, you know, I'm just not, I don't fit into that. So basically, I'm not in this to be anti-government, though Homeland Security watches me all the time. A chopper was in my yard yesterday. You know, not for me, but to look at the airport facility. But I don't want to get into that zone of be all freaked out and paranoia and conspiracy theory and everybody's sending me all this stuff. I just want to tell the truth and tell people stories and really help people and try to help make people's lives better. I don't want the cops to be enemies. I don't hate cops. Though if a stranger pulled up behind me and needed something, I'd rather that happen than a cop. I'm scared to death of the cops. The cops in Eureka, when I was a teenager, pull you over. The cops in Lincoln County, and I'm hearing it all over the state, will pull you over and will offer to trade sexual favors to get out of your ticket. I've had people tell me stories that in Libby that they've actually filed against the county attorney because that happened to their daughter. And Sheriff Anderson let his son-in-law go. This is documented. Sheriff Anderson's had 4 wives. He's beat them all. The cops tell the stories, but he never gets in any trouble. His wife's embezzled money from Libby Drug. People email me and tell me all these stories, and nobody cares. And now they all think it's me. So if I walk into a room and turn a light on, does that mean I created what's happening in the room? No, I'm just showing a light on it. I don't hate anybody. I'm not anti-government. I'm not anti-police. I'm just the truth.
Perfect.
Pause.
God damn. Good timing, too, because we got